Welcome all to One Shots. Today we're looking at Townscaper, a city building game. A couple of notes. I run Linux, so we're running this using Proton, and this is an early access game on Steam. When you start the game, you'll be presented with what we see before us here. We have colors on the left and the main menu on the right, where you have new to create a new thing, open to open an existing, quit, save to clipboard, which allows you to actually save what you've built. So you can extract it from the game, share it with somebody else. They can take the extracted code and load it from the clipboard. Controls here, undo, redo, screenshot, so you can set dimensions, set a path, take a screenshot. And then we have a sundial, essentially, so you can change the time of day and the height of the sun. Then some texturing changes, I guess. So flat colors, textures, shadowed textures, and then colorless textures, I guess, and textures without details. Then you've grid, so you can see the grid on which you were building. Full screen pin UI. I think pin UI is for the colors, and volume, and then you can change language. And there are a lot of languages supported, and this was community driven as far as I know. So then your other controls: hold the left mouse button to rotate and move the camera up and down, hold the right button to pan, hold the mouse also pans, the middle mouse, and then zoom in and out, rotating the middle mouse button. Then to actually build something, you pick your color and then click, and you get that nice satisfying plop. And you can pretty much build in any direction you want, as long as it's connected to something. I'm going to turn on the grid, and there are some hand placed areas on the grid that will give you floating spaces. I don't know if we'll find any in this run through, but if you pick it up and you play, you'll be able to take a look and find it. So that's kind of the main gist of it. So you'd spend your time designing out a city or a small town, village. Then you can build gardens by surrounding a space, and if you make if we go 2-story all the way around, you can remove from the lower level, and that will create a path in the garden. If you make bigger gardens, which we will do here, you can have it create multiple pathways, so it's not limited to just the one through path. And then build in a certain way, the roof becomes a pathway, and you can build on that. So in doing that, you can build multi-layered structures, but we want to remove there we go, there's that extra path. You can, let's see, remove some of those lower ones, change the color. This doesn't always do it. You kind of have to find the right placement. But it can create like walled gardens as well. Let's see, if we surround the bottom in green, will we get that garden back? No. And we got nice clotheslines there between. So yeah, you just kind of build nice structures there. Build your small town. And as you build, the grid kind of expands. It does have a max area that it will expand to as well, so you can only build so much. But it's a nice relaxing game if you don't want to be in the middle of shooting things or anything like that. Just turn this on and have a bit of fun building out a small town. Let's go. So there, that thicker black line. And there we go, that's it there. So that's now marked the edge of the boundary to what we have available. So we can't build beyond those borders now. So we can fill that entire space with some sort of town. So the colors have an effect your buildings. I'm not entirely sure what the effect is without getting into the rules of what the developers put together. Let's see. So there we go. So the colors will kind of define some of the behavior around what is actually created. And where are we? The fishing lines, the clothes lines. The color of the material on the lines changes depending on the color of the buildings as well. So you can see there it's a mix of orange and purplish blue. In terms of how high you can build, I'm not sure. I haven't tried going any super high or anything. Let's remove some of these. We're not building the most beautiful thing in the world here, but that's okay. We're just having a little bit of fun. And let's extend this out this way. Join these. There's some things that would be nice, like you have hold and move to change your camera angle, but it would be nice to be able to hold and drag to build a path. I'm sure there's other things that might make it a bit nicer to build on. I don't know how difficult they would be to implement based on how the game is built. Obviously I'm not involved in that, so can't really say. So there you kind of get this sprawling city type thing going, and then you can build, as I said, in layers. So you can have this be like another level, and the way to get in and up onto that level, if you were trying to think of how those things work, could be through this building here. Like that's the way in and up. Then you have some other structure up here. For whatever reason, you kind of make up some stories about whatever this town is and expand on it as you build it. So that's kind of it. I would have liked to build maybe let's try here. We might just to kind of see it. If we can, I'm not sure if it is here. It may not be. No, it doesn't look like that is the right spot. So if we find this is one of the handcrafted spaces that I was talking about. There may not be any available in this area. Basically, it has to be a circle. Or circular. This maybe. If we build around there, we might be able to do it. Now, do I have to fill it in as well? No. Yeah, that's not the spot. So anyway, you build structure like that, it's supposed to be, I think, a very specific spot that builds in an oval or circular shape. You don't so you don't have to join the way I've joined that up, and you end up with a floating city or floating layer for your city. Like it could almost have been that. But yeah, I don't really see any here. And you could use, like, if you don't build, you could scroll through the grid and find it and then build there. So I'll show you that a little bit. So if we create a new one here, we start off empty, and then you can scroll through like this, and it loads in grid area. Yeah, that could be a spot. Let's go up. And I don't know with that if it'll be a spot, but let's just try it. See, it might. Then I think we do have to fill in the whole area for it to go fully floating. No. Okay. Another thing that I would like would be if you could zoom out further when there are no buildings and get a bigger view of the grid. There, that could be it. That could be it. Let's go here. Go up a couple of levels. Yeah. I think this is likely. There we go. found one. Well, found 4. I wonder, can they be joined, do you think? Maybe not. Oh, they can. Look at that. So there you go. That was a recent addition, I believe. Yeah, that's really nice. I really like that. So yeah, you kind of build up on that then, introducing different colors as you like. Build another layer up here. Wonder, will that float in the same way? Interesting to see. So there, yeah, that's entirely supported there by the middle column. So that's interesting stuff. Then you can case this entirely. Let's get rid of that. And the inside here will become green. A garden. There you go. There's the walls I've been mentioning before. There's a couple of benches as well. Trees, butterflies, flowers. So yeah, it's interesting. A nice concept, a nice break from the mad adrenaline fueled games. Lines in there. Add building there so that they're maybe a bit more believable in the support. Get rid of that. Bring these up so there's support under there as well. Yeah, so there you go. Floating town. That's it. There's the lines outside there as well. That looks good. Get rid of those side buildings. So we have streets. structure maybe. Let's pick a different color there. Like that. You can see here telescope for looking around. Move that down. Nice little archway. Hook. Do that, make it all one color. So you get a nice little arch. And then do the same this way. That'd be nice, but it gets rid of the floating aspect. Leave it like that. So there you have it, Townscaper. Thanks for joining. It's a really nice, fun little game. You can mess around with your sun, shadows, nighttime, daytime. If you go to nighttime as well, the lights turn on. Yeah, really nice. I really enjoy messing around with it. Actually, let's just see. Nah, it just gets rid of the whole thing. So yeah, there we go. We'll leave it there. Again, thank you very much for joining. I hope you enjoyed. We will be back again with another game. I haven't figured out what the next one is yet, but we'll be back with something. Thank you and enjoy yourself. Please like, subscribe if you enjoyed this and want to see more of it.